National Football League.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And tonight we start Week 9 with a good one in prime time, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gordon, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. These guys have established themselves as one of the best teams in the league, no doubt. 7-0 to start the year. Then on the Dolphins side, you've got Mike McDaniel. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he's looking good now. I mean, 5 touchdown passes in the last game. Okay, he threw a couple of interceptions. That's a little bit of a concern. But I remember a basketball coach telling me one time, he had a guy who averaged about 40 points a game, and he said the press got all over him because he didn't play much defense. He said he's averaging over 40 a game. The guy against him's not scoring that. We still have the advantage.
Yeah, and they got the win last week in that effort.
Even better. It's always best to clean up things after a win than after a loss.
14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second down and 7. Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay. And just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. You talk about this Miami defense. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge it? This is going to be fun.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read,
that one out wide and intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
They had a confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hey, get set.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. To his Alabama teammate Waddle. 1st down, Miami.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to it. Hey, you guys got some turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
First down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Wait.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll run here with a rookie. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now Tua. And the ball is out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What I do? Rocky. Too rocky.
I saw that. I got it. And, you know, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves. If we're going to have that kind of a reference, they've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
The Ravens offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out the field and try to put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. Take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
Baltimore, 1st down. A gain of 19 yards. 1st down.
Play action. Now Jackson. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
On first down, it's a run with Ali. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Jackson. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 15. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Here's Achane to start the drive. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they are looking at a second down and 6 coming up. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Dolphins, first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now Achane on first and 10. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Travis Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Wilson's got it complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32. No, a nifty juke there.
Much fun for a guy trying to tackle.
The Ravens offense had Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And he's run well here in the first half of the season, no doubt. You can see the graphic. NFL leader in rushing coming into the weekend. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
first down carry for Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he will have the Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man, hand him the ball, and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run over center with Mitchell. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 14.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Show that he's got. Just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And a nice job to break free with one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Here's a 2nd and 8. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. And that will be incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
A 32-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Miami set to take over. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Here's Tua. And he's caught downfield. It's Waller. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Tua. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the gun, it's Tua. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready, set.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
That's a gain of 7.
Here's 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
Tua sets up to pass it. Tua, and the ball is out. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big-time excitement for that unit, getting through and knocking that one away.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's Jackson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. They go play action now. Jackson. He'll try to do it himself. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night prime time, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to our studios in Orlando. Scott Hansen with you, and we'll keep it brief because the scoring has been brief. Just one field goal as we play on 3-0. I was promised there'd be touchdowns, so let's find out if we could get one in the 3rd quarter. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Dolphins offense and running back Devon Achane making their way back out. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. A quick throw there is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Jackson and the Ravens just shy of midfield at the 49. He'll start with a give to Henry. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now it's Jackson. His throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. So just shy of midfield. Here's a 2nd and 9. Jackson now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 37-yard line. Inside handoff, Henry. Powering his way forward. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to stretch out their lead. And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in, because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shots at him, but he just said, I don't think so. Speed, power, elusiveness, all on display right there. Look like you, partner, back in your salad days in Evansville.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Get set.
Hand off to Achane to begin the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
In motion is Westbrook-Akina.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. Returnable here from the 38. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Jackson going to keep it. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Baltimore.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Lamar going to give this to Ali. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Baltimore 1st down. A gain of 14. 1st down, Ravens.
Real quick. 13.
Jackson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
to try the right side. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Rasheen Ali, his third touchdown now on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Luke now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Dolphins offense returning to the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll dump this off to Achane. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Go ahead.
Now Tua. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
He's across midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. Henry up the middle. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Play action. Now Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big pickup there. 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
It's a gain of 20. And the Raven first down.
First down, here's Mitchell. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. On the tackle there, Zach Sealer out of Ferris State.
Second and 10. At the 21-yard line.
Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
At the 8-yard line.
They'll run with Mitchell. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Once more with Mitchell. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play in the drive.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. To throw is Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. On his loop for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Travis Jones able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game. And now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. That is caught. And he will have a Dolphins first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down. Trailing in the 4th quarter, they got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
In motion is Westbrook-Akina. Here's Tua. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. In motion is Westbrook-Akina. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just past the 35.
The result of the play is a turnover on down.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball in a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action with Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A handoff here to Ali. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Henry running right. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. A lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Tim carry now for Derrick Henry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 98 yards on the ground now for Henry. He's got a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, He's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On the handoff, Mitchell. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And they take a knee. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Baltimore, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Texas, couldn't get off the sofa.